Hello, my name is Matthew Stevens, and first of all, thank you for stopping by the channel. I sincerely appreciate it. People ask me all the time, why did you come with a real life coach at 22? Well, the real life coach can be behind the fact that I don't talk about anything I haven't experienced, right? 22 is a significant year in my life because that's when I married my beautiful wife, and coincidentally, that's when life really threw itself at me, so to speak. I faced challenges and opposition and things that I couldn't possibly imagine. As a matter of fact, if I shared it with people, they probably wouldn't imagine, but that story's coming soon. Anyway, but one of the challenges that came along with my wife is she has a mental health disorder known as BPD. Borderline personality disorder. And essentially what that comes from is things that happen in childhood that make an individual feel unloved. Now, there's 3 different types of BPD, 3 different tiers, so to speak, as I like to think of them. And the challenge is that there was no medication that doctors could give my wife to help her. As they say, necessity is the mother of all invention. I don't know who said it, but I've heard it a million times. And so, in my mind, I either had to leave my wife alone, leave my wife, my children, and I had to either leave her alone and move on about my life without her, or I had to find a way to help her. And I love my wife very much. She's a very special woman. And because of that, I embarked on a journey to find a way to help her. And so, CRS was born. CRS stands for Conscious Reeducation of the Subconscious. Essentially, what I've developed over the course of 20 years is a program that really helps people to display new behaviors. It helps people to get to where they want to be. Now, as you watch these videos, it may seem like well, this isn't doing anything, or whatever the case might be. But slow it down and let's look at it for what it actually is doing. What it's actually doing is creating new neural pathways in your brain, right? More specifically into the subconscious area of your brain. And so what good is that? Why is that helpful? Why would I target the subconscious area of the brain? Well, the reason I target the subconscious area of the brain is that 95% of your actions actually come from the subconscious part of your brain. What do I mean by that? I mean 95% of your choices, 95% of your daily activities are dictated by your subconscious thinking. So to give you an example, to kind of solidify it for you, have you ever seen a mom who is doing her makeup, she's adjusting the radio, she's driving the kids to school, she's monitoring the behaviors in the back of the van, at the same time correcting the behaviors in the back of the van, and getting to school, and she does it effortlessly and flawlessly? In other words, there's no accidents. She doesn't get pulled over. She doesn't ever forget where she's going. She doesn't ever, forget to get her coffee, or not ever, but it's very rare. Why is that? How does a mom, how does a person manage all those tasks at one time? If you think it's just you doing it, I would like you to do something simple. Tap one finger, tap the next, right? Just like that, right? And then start blinking. Now, while you're doing that, I want you to count from 35 down to 0 backwards. 35, 34, 33. And as you do that, you're going to find how difficult it is that in the middle, you stop and just reverse your finger tapping, right? The point is to challenge yourself. The point is to challenge your mind to go an opposite way than you normally do. Try something else. Try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. The point is that we're so used to doing things, it's just become a program in us. And so that's why we can do them so effortlessly. And so what I realized is that if I was going to help her to overcome these lifelong habits, these lifelong things behaviors she had developed, I would have to go where they started. And so that's what I did. And that's how CRS was born. And so, long story short, my wife is doing phenomenally well. She went from somebody who could literally cry at hearing the word no, to someone who is standing up for herself. She works a full-time job. She's a full-time mom. She disciplines the kids in a magnificent way through educating them, talking to them, setting strong boundaries. She also does that with herself. She knows that if she gets too far out of line, well, there's some readjusting that needs to be done. And again, I applaud my wife because she put forth all the effort to get this done. But I will say that CRS helped her in a way that no therapist had ever helped her before. No doctor had ever helped her before. No one had ever helped her before. And my wife isn't a real social media guru. You know, she didn't really like to be in the public eye. But the reality of it is that she's actually a phenomenal human being. And I'm more and more proud of her every day. Anyway, all that to say, simply listening to these videos as you're falling asleep will change your life. It will start to reprogram the subconscious thinking that you have. So then the next question, well, where does our subconscious thinking come from? How do we develop these thoughts and these beliefs? Adjusting needs to be done. And again, I applaud my wife because she put forth all the effort to get this done. But I will say that CRS helped her in a way that no therapist had ever helped her before. No doctor had ever helped her before. No one had ever helped her before. And my wife isn't a real social media guru. You know, she didn't really like to be in the public eye. But the reality of it is that she's actually a phenomenal human being. And I'm more and more proud of her every day. Anyway, all that to say, simply listening to these videos as you're falling asleep will change your life. It will start to reprogram the subconscious thinking that you have. So then the next question, well, where does our subconscious thinking come from? How do we develop these thoughts and these belief systems and never really be privy to how it's taking place? Well, it's done through your family. It's done through the social media. It's done through your even television that you watch, right? And it's not that they're trying to brainwash you, okay? At least I don't think so. But it's the fact that you take it in so long that you develop a belief system based on the things that you've taken in. So how does that work? Well, your brain really has pathways. Put it like this. When you walk on a trail, right? You see I'm in the woods. I enjoy it. This is actually, I just got done meditating, and this is where I like to, take my time to meditate at. And so when you do that, right? When you walk down a path, well, you sort of push the grass down, right? But the more you walk down that same path, the more flat that grass gets. And eventually, it turns into dirt. And then the grass no longer grows, or it takes a very long time for the grass that surrounds it to, I think the word I'm looking for is germinate that ground, and, for that grass to repopulate. Well, the same thing is true with the patterns in your brain. It takes about 10,000 patterns, 10,000 repetitions going across your brain, your conscious thinking, to create a new way of thinking. And that's just the start. So what I've done is I found a way to speed up that process. And I'm not going to go too far into detail because, well, that's proprietary information. I don't want to give it all away. But the reality of it is that my goal is to help 10 million people. And I will without a doubt reach that goal. And so as you listen to these videos, relax, enjoy the day, and just trust that everything is in good hands. You're in good hands. You're in the hands of somebody, an individual who loves and cares about mankind, about humanity. You're in the hands of an individual who is intelligent enough to know that I don't know it all. And you're in the hands of somebody who's been helping people, specifically kids, for the last 20 years of his life. So, and you're also in the hands of a father. You're in the hands of a business owner. You're in the hands of somebody who's loving. You're in the hands of someone who genuinely wants to see you be the best version of yourself that you can be. So I'm not going to bore you too much longer with everything I'm saying, but what I will tell you is that you're worthy of having the life that you want. You're worthy of smiling. You're worthy of happiness. You're worthy of joy. You're worthy of a good life. So I've had several people reach out to me. The videos have a couple hundred views here, a couple thousand followers, and I appreciate all of you. But the goal is to spread the word. The goal is to reach more people and help more people to get out of their comfort zone in order to develop the life they want. Anyway, as I always say, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Thank you so much for taking the time to hear the words that I have to say. And thank you so much for taking the time to put yourself in a position that you can win. Be amazing. Be you.